What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 68. We're starting today's episode off on the back of the red goalless draw at St Mary's against Southampton with the first leg of our Champions League last 16 against Bayern Munich. And of course, when we topped the group, I was like, right, what's going to be our reward for finishing pole position with a group that included Real Madrid? Bayern Munich is not a reward, guys. That's a punishment. So yeah, we've got the strongest team in Germany. They've been dominating German football for well over a decade now, and I was not looking forward to this. Their team is incredible. Had to show you it pre the first leg away in Munich here. Deu Upamecano is still there. Hernandez is there. Joshua Kimmich is still there. He's 90 overall now. Unsurprisingly, one of the best players in world football. Criminally underrated, in my opinion. Some incredible midfielders, and going forward as well, you'll notice they've got Jack Grealish in their team now, moving on from Aston Villa to Manchester City, now to Bayern Munich at 30 years old. And of course, don't forget, they've got the Lewandowski regen, who we were trying to poach away in the summer. It's kind of like when Blackburn Rovers wanted Lewandowski all those years ago. Instead, he's gone to Bayern Munich, and it's kind of right, isn't it? It's fitting, really. He's now with Bayern. So yeah, first leg, Bayern Munich away, and I was so excited for it, don't get me wrong, our first ever Champions League knockout game, but the opponent was going to be incredibly difficult and one of the most difficult we could have been drawn against. So away in Munich, I'm so gutted that the Allianz Arena has been taken out of FIFA. It's such an iconic ground, and I love the exterior. It's absolutely beautiful to look at. But heading into the game, I was thinking, okay, right, we're away in Germany. Let's see if we can get a fast start in this one. Put the pressure on and show, whilst you might be slight underdogs, we're just as good as these guys. 12 minutes in, I thought we'd taken the lead, but Toney didn't even run off and celebrate. He knew himself he was offside there. Brilliant cross by Tariq Lamptey into the middle. Toney gets ahead of his man, but as you'll see, he is indeed in an offside position. So right call there, still 0-0. But a good start though, putting the pressure on Bayern early. However, 10 minutes later, Bayern need to get themselves in front here with Schläger on the ball, getting round his man, going for goal from range. Bailo pushing the ball well up in the air though, and bravely claiming it from Mbolo's challenge as well. So 22 minutes in, I was thinking, okay, alright, this is going to be an action-packed first leg here in Munich. Both teams getting early chances, and after the game died down for a little bit, 6 minutes before the break, we had a golden one to get in front. Tariq Lamptey trying to catch Galaxy out of the near post. Simple stop by the Hungarian though, and it was still 0-0. So a relatively tense first half, but there were chances for either side. I thought there'd be more in the second as well, and 58 minutes in, Baku, who had moved on from Leicester in the summer, found Josh Kimmich, rolls it across. Schläger's first pass intercepted comes straight back to him though, and after he offloads to Leroy Sané, the former Manchester City winger, absolutely cannons one in with that one of a left boot off the underside of the crossbar, and Bayern go in front. And I was thinking of all the amazing offensive pieces Bayern got. Sané was one of the players I was most worried about. I gave him just a little bit of space inside the area, and I've talked about that before. Against the AI on Ultimate, all they need is an inch of space. If they've got enough space to let fly, you know their shot accuracy is so high, they'll probably find the back of the net. Sané does. It's 1-0 Bayern. But I was going to give up. We had chances. 62 minutes in, Toney denied by Galaxy, it's still 1-0. And again, just a few minutes later, coming on the break, Roberto Gutierrez starting to move off here. Sees Toney running through, sends it down the right hand side. Ivan gets away from his man, once again tries to catch Galaxy out, but again it's a stop at the near post from the Hungarian, like on Tariq Lamptey in the first half. So still 1-0, and we really put Bayern under a lot of pressure in this second half, desperately trying to find a leveller to take back to West London, but unfortunately the Hungarian was just on fire. Once again, another great save, this time on Gutierrez. It was still 1-0, and in the final minute of normal time, as the clock ticks over to 90, we had one last chance to level it. Young off the bench, outpaces Emerson, rolls it across, and Gutierrez missed it. Gutierrez missed it. Last chance of the game. It's a brilliant ball. Galaxy caught out, second to it, and Roberto Gutierrez, with the easiest chance of the game, puts it wide. Final score, Bayern 1, Brentford 0, and the most deadly attack in Europe, the top scorers in England, blunted by Bayern. Look at the stats at full time. And we lose in Munich by a goal to 0, mainly just the heroic goalkeeping of Galaxy, but even so, I could not believe it. The final chance falling to Roberto Goal Machine Gutierrez, one of the easiest chances he'll ever get, and somehow the ball put wide by the Uruguayan. We go home trailing by a goal to nil. Obviously, we know now away goals have been scrapped in European competitions. Debatable, but fair enough. I'm not necessarily against it. I'm just saying it's quite a debatable move since it's been part of the competition and, well, a big part of the competition, really, for mentality for our teams play when away from home in European ties. But even so, because you know I used to go on about it all the time. When you're away from home, guys, get those away goals, you know. But now, of course, it's not as big of a deal that we didn't score in Munich. But even so, we trail. It means that Bayern are in a driving seat. Listen, the tie is far from done. There's still 90 more minutes to play, and we're coming to West London for the second leg. We're still in it. But honestly, man, we should have won that game. In the end, we lost it. And for Gutierrez missing that sitter right at the end, well, for the following game, Aston Villa, I know he's chasing the golden boot, but I was thinking, do you know what? Maybe he's just tired. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he ran out of legs. I don't know. So against Aston Villa, back in the Premier League, back in West London, no wins in our last two in all competitions. Needed to win this game if we're to keep Liverpool at bay. Decided to make a big move. Gutierrez dropped. Ollie Watkins come in, and what a decision. Watkins bags a brace in this game against his former team as he put us 2 goals up with 17 minutes to go. And again, we'd really dominated, to be honest. No such finishing problems like in the game away in Germany. Toney ball rolls the last man, smacks it past Livakovic, and that would wrap the points up. So yeah, Brentford 3, Aston Villa 0, and I was thinking, why can't we just taken one of these chances in Germany? Do you know what I mean? Like, seriously, if we'd have drawn that game at the Allianz coming back home, I would have felt so confident coming back to West London. But now we're trailing, not getting a single goal. You know Bayern are going to score in the second leg, so we need at least 2. Honestly, man, we've put ourselves in a tough position, and for Europe's best attack, I can't believe I couldn't get a single goal in that one there. Anyway, Toney bagged a brace to go alongside Ollie's in this game as well, and I love this celebration. I need to figure out what buttons I press for this one, because it's really, really cool. But Toney bags a brace as he continues his hunt for his second golden boot in 3 years, keeping his strike partner Gutierrez at bay right now, but Watkins with a brace as well. That was the right decision too, you know, giving Gutierrez a day off. I felt like I needed to do that because, you know, we've had so many games recently. We will have loads of games coming as well, because at the moment we're hunting the treble, and when I think about it, with 11 games to go in the season, we're about to enter March here, we are top by 5 points now, a far superior goal difference on Liverpool with 11 games to go. We're in pole position in the Premier League. If we do our job and win 10 of our final 11 games, we'll be champions. We've got the best strike duo in the land right now, Toney and Gutierrez, both with 23 goals this season in the Premier League. Right now, I said before, the race for the golden boot is just as exciting as the race for the title. When you see our fixtures coming in March here, we've got Brighton away first in the FA Cup last 16. Back-to-back semi-finals. Can we do it once again? The Magpies away. West Ham and Nottingham Forest at home in the Premier League. And also, of course, that second leg against Bayern Munich as well. You know, you have to ask the question, can we win the treble? You know, I haven't really talked about it much this season. I might have mentioned it once, possibly twice, in a bit of a throwaway comment. But, you know, I'm starting to wonder now, can we actually do it? I mean, it's season 5. You know, we've grown up so much as a team. We've, you know, strengthened our core so much as the years have gone by. I think particularly in the past 2 years, we've made incredible progression. And I don't see why we can't do it. It's going to be hard. And I think physically and mentally we're going to be strained between now and the end of the season. I often talk about how one's got to go. You know, when you're chasing multiple trophies, sometimes one's got to go. One's got to be sacrificed to give you the best chance of ending up at least with some silverware. But I thought if there's ever a chance to do it, this is the season. I know it's going to be hard, but there's definitely a possibility. But if we are going to do it, we need a little bit of luck along the way. We didn't have it in Munich, but we did in this game. 26 minutes in against Brighton after Gutierrez banged in our first goal. Great team back on the score sheet after firing a blank in Germany. Ademola Lookman scores our second. A little bit of a scramble there. Lucas Zidane not covering himself in much glory there. And Lookman capitalises and makes it 2-0. And thankfully in this game, it's Graham Potter's side. I always talk about it. Like whenever we face Brighton, it's always like a goal glut. But this was just one of those games where I felt like I needed a bit of luck. And after what happened in Munich, I deserved some as well. And we certainly got it too. Obviously, Lookman's first goal, a bit of a scramble. And then his second, he played a 1-2 with the post. Totally unintentional, but we will take it. Final score, Brighton 0, Brentford 3. We are into the FA Cup quarter-final again. We've gone so far in this competition every single season since the save began. But we've never reached a final. Is this the year where we finally overcome that hurdle and do it? Well, if we are to win the treble, we'll need to. So, yeah, progressing through to the FA Cup quarterfinals, the teams that came through here. Rotherham United beat Liverpool. You would have seen again Millwall are through to the FA Cup quarterfinals as well. I mentioned it before, nowadays, lower league sides go further than they used to, and you'll see our draw for the FA Cup quarterfinal. We have got, well, you might have just noticed it there as I was going through the match rescheduled emails. Yeah, it got spoiled for me. I was gutted about it. But hey, I don't mind who the team is. They might have knocked out Klopp's side, but they're the lowest ranked team left in the division, and we have got them. Rotherham United, the Millers, away at the New York Stadium. Right now in the Championship, they are in the bottom three. Lowest ranked team remaining. And I've mentioned it so many times, and I'll say it once again. You know, I have definitely had my fair share of luck in cup draws in this season, in this series, sorry. There's no doubt about it. And I'm always the first to admit when I've got some luck. And when you think about our cup draws and what we've had domestically, if not in Europe, then domestically, we've faced so many lower league sides and sides outside the Premier League since the save began in the FA Cup and even in the EFL Cup. Stoke City were a championship side. We had them in the final, but it is also kind of how the game goes this year. I'm sure you guys have noticed it as much as I have as well. For some reason, I don't know why, but there are so many more cup sets than before in this year's FIFA Career Mode, and you often see teams outside the Premier League going really, really deep, often reaching the final or the semi-final, or in this case the quarter-final. And hey, even I've seen a team outside the Premier League win the FA Cup on occasion. In fact, Cardiff City, in my club and country save, actually won the FA Cup in the last season we just did. So it is very common in this year's FIFA, so it's not too much of a surprise that we've got another side outside of the Premier League. But hey, I'll take the luck. Still, final game of today's episode, looking for our third straight win to really show we've bounced back from that Bayern Munich blip away in Munich. Newcastle United away at St James Park. We've had our troubles here before, no doubt about it, but after Ivan Toney gave us the early lead and Bayern made it 2-0, I felt for sure we'd see this game out. 15 minutes to go, a chance to make it 3 on the break, and this is just a really nice little passing move as well. Just one extra pass, you know, you taught that in junior football, just one extra pass. If you can look for it and find it, it's the right thing to do when you've got a man advantage. Exactly what we did there. Ivan Toney bags his brace, 3-0, Brentford away at St James's in the North East. So yeah, winning the treble is going to be tough. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I often talk about it, you know, one's got to go as Malik turns into Messi Hill, 10 minutes to go and scores a brilliant goal, to be fair. Absolutely glorious. But yeah, I often talk about it, one's got to go. And if I had to sacrifice one of the treble, what would it be? FA Cup, Premier League or Champions League? Well, as much as I'd love to win it for the first time, it probably would be the FA Cup, but realistically, it's more likely to be the Champions League. We're still top of the Premier League for now. We've still got that 5-point gap on Liverpool, who are just refusing to let us go, as we've got 9 games remaining in the Premier League. We are into the FA Cup quarter-finals, a golden chance against the Millers to reach the Final Four for the 3rd straight year. But as for the Champions League, sorry, 10 games to go. As for the Champions League, as we know, down by a goal to Bayern Munich, and we need to overcome that deficit if we are to make it through. Is it just one step too far in our first year in the big time? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But well, this is the Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, if you hadn't, please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you for the next episode of Career Mode, featuring those big Premier League games, and of course the Champions League round of 16 second leg as well. Very soon.